Hey guys, this is Ms. Harrington, and I am going to go over 12.2 with you today. This is something you're assigned to do Monday, and this is going to be a chart that's going to help you draft or write your concluding final paragraph for our persuasive essay. So for the past 2 weeks, we've been working on putting together a persuasive essay about whether or not Don Quixote's good intentions justify his actions. So we're down to the final paragraph of our essay. So the first thing I want you to pay attention to is at the top of the chart, they're going to give you some strategies for things that you might want to include in a solid concluding paragraph. So let's just go through these. So you may want to use concluding words such as overall, ultimately, for these reasons, as a result of, due to, etc. Now think about the first time we wrote a persuasive essay. In our final paragraph, we started off with a transition of sorts, like as you can see, or it is easy to see that, or even just in conclusion. Those would be concluding words you could also use to begin your final paragraph. You definitely want to restate your opinion, but you want to do it in a different way. So don't copy the same opinion sentence that you used in previous paragraphs for this essay. Still give your opinion, but just reword it a little bit. Say it in a different way. You may want to use a quote from the text, maybe a quote that supports your opinion and your reason. You might even want to use emotion to persuade the reader. You know, people are very emotional and they can relate to emotions when they're reading certain things. And then you also want to leave the reader on a positive note by saying something nice about Don Quixote, no matter your opinion. So this, you still may want to refer to the fact that he does have good intentions, whether or not it justifies the things that he does throughout the story. So now let's look down at the bottom where you see the chart that you're going to use, the graphic organizer, just to help you kind of plan out what you want to say. So just like the graphic organizers before, in the middle column, you have your first draft, and in the final column, you have your revision. So what this means is when you write your first draft sentences for each of these here, if you go back, which you should, and reread them, and you notice that you could have said it in a different way, maybe a stronger, better way, you'll just rewrite it over here in the revision column. So let's look in the far left columns. This is where it tells you what you're supposed to put in these boxes. So the first thing that we want to put is your opinion, but again, restate it in a different way. So going back to that introductory paragraph where you first gave your opinion on the essay prompt, you don't want to copy that sentence word for word. You want to give your opinion, but say it in a different way. So no copying word for word. We shouldn't see the same sentence twice. So that'll be the first sentence of your concluding paragraph. Moving on to the second sentence in your concluding paragraph. An effective statement is included to persuade the reader to agree with the opinion. So here you may want to go back and refer to the reason that you have your opinion, because remember, your reason should always support your opinion. Now, if you choose to do that here where you give your reason, just like with your opinion statement, don't go back and copy your reason sentence from the middle paragraphs word for word. Give it your reason again, but reword it, state it in a different way. And then in the final box, so this would be your final sentence for your concluding paragraph, the conclusion provides one final new thought about the opinion. So this might be a good place, if we go back up to the strategy list, this might be a good place for this last strategy, to leave the reader on a positive note by saying something nice about Don Quixote, no matter your opinion. So again, maybe end your concluding paragraph, end your essay by saying something about the fact that he does have good intentions, that he really does mean well, even if we don't think it justifies the actions that he does throughout the story. So once you have filled out the first draft column, again, go back, reread your sentences. If you feel like there's something you could have written better or in a stronger way, just rewrite it underneath the revision column. So once you've done that, you're going to flip to the back of 12.2, and just like the previous pages before, it's going to give you space to draft your concluding paragraph. So this is where you'll take your 3 sentences from the graphic organizer, and you're going to put them together here in a paragraph.